Hi, welcome to Nicola's World, where we change minds one day at a time. Now, as we all know, the festive seasons has just passed, and we're all welcoming the new year 2020. Now, with that saying, I will now wish you all a happy New Year's when it comes. It's just for the next 2 hours for me. But for everyone else elsewhere, it might be another couple of hours. So I will give mine in advance. A Happy New Year's to every and anyone. And I give all my blessings and well wishes for the upcoming year. And I do hope that you have a blessed year. Now, today in Nicola's Corner, Nicola's World, the topic is New Year's resolution. Now, I can remember from a little girl growing up, every year we have a New Year resolution. Some persons have more than one, but I can remember having at least one New Year resolution. Some people's New Year resolution is to buy that car that they didn't buy last year, to get that job that they didn't get last year, to start that business that they didn't start last year. And whatever it is that you wanted that you didn't get last year, that's normally the New Year resolution. But can you stop and think for yourself? Sometimes the New Year resolution that you have, or the New Year resolution that you're thinking about today, some of us has been repeating that New Year resolution for maybe the past 2 or 3, 4, 5, some more years. And we keep having the same New Year resolution, and absolutely nothing is wrong with that. But what I want to tackle today is how we go about making things a reality. So I always say to my mom and to friends and just about anybody that I give any advice to, that nothing will drop inside your house to you. Nothing is going to fall from the sky to you. So if it's a car that you want, it's not going to fall from the sky. If you want to get rich, it's not going to fall from the sky. Money is not just going to fall in your lap. And I say this to say, with every year having a New Year resolution, there has to be a start from somewhere. So it's good. You think it. But the problem is, how many of us really believe in what we want to achieve for the coming year? I mean, a whole 12 months has just passed and we're still the same place, a lot of us. And we're still at the same place saying we want the same things. How many of us believe in what we are saying we want to become, or we would like to achieve? Do you really believe in what you stand and you see the clock strike 12 tonight and you're going to tell yourself, this is what I want for the coming year? Do you really believe that you can achieve that? Do you really believe that it can be done? Because growing up, they say you have to crawl before you walk. And the notion behind that is to say it starts somewhere. It has to start from somewhere. And it starts in believing first. I mean, I remember growing up as a child, I always saw myself, I don't know, for some reason, I've never seen myself as anything less than the best. I've never seen myself, if I've changed things that I've wanted to do over and over. I remember there was once I wanted to become an accountant. Once I wanted to become a lawyer. And the thing that I really do love at the end of the day is music. I really enjoy singing, writing my own songs and singing. But as career, I wanted to become a counselor, and I still do. And the reason being is because I enjoy speaking to people about their problems and helping them to try to find a solution for it. Now, growing up, I've never thought to myself that I can't get to this level or I can't get to this stage. I said to myself when I was about 12, or before that actually, I wanted to own a car. You know, growing up, you see all these beautiful cars, and you're thinking, one day I want to own one of that. One day I want to drive that. Or I remember seeing a lot of women all dressed up in their nice suits going to work, and you think to yourself, I want to be like that. When I grow up, that's what I want to look like. That's the kind of person I want to be. And I've never seen myself less than that. I've never seen it as something I cannot get to, I can't reach. My path growing up was not necessarily the easiest path to say where accomplishing what I wanted was. My mother did everything she could do to get me on the right path, and I'm grateful. But what I mean is, you think, oh, leave primary school, you go to high school, then leave high school, then you go to college, and then from college, that's where, branch off into your career, and that's it. No, I didn't go to college. So was I going to sit down and say to myself, oh, I no longer can achieve what I want to achieve because I didn't go to college, so I can't drive a car, or I can't get a nice job, or I can't do what I want to do? No. The reason why I'm going into all of this is because some of us has been broken from a younger stage in life where we don't believe that we can achieve the things that we want to. We tell ourselves, oh, I want to have this. This year I'm gonna accomplish that. This year I'm gonna get rich. This year I'm gonna drive the biggest car. This year I'm gonna have the biggest job. But we don't actually believe it. We don't actually see ourselves doing that. Maybe we have a little job and you have been doing it for a couple of years, and it's hard for you to move from there to something that you've never ventured into before. You get complacent into the same job that you've been doing for years, and you're afraid to step into something else. You're afraid to take a chance, a risk, maybe to start another business or to do something different. In life, you have to believe. Before anything else, you have to believe. Some of us beliefs has been broken from we're a child. Maybe we've had bad parents, we've had bad step parents, maybe grandparents, maybe aunts, maybe uncles. Some of us maybe has been just grown up with some friend, family friend, or some relatives, whoever it may have been, and they've broken us as a child, taking away our self-esteem, taking away everything that we needed to have the confidence and to have the mind to want to be what we want to be, or to go for what we want. But I have something to say to you today. The only person that controls your destiny, two persons, is you and God. Those are the only person that really matters. So for all of us that grew up and we heard, oh, you can't achieve anything, you won't ever amount to nothing, you're going to be worthless, and you won't ever become anything good in life. And you grow up hearing this until you start believing it. And I can tell you today, that's just like a cobweb in front of you that all you need to do is take a stick and to just remove it from in front of you. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's just words. And they say the tongue is powerful. Yeah, it is. But what you believe is even more powerful. I can tell you today, going to this new year, still think of that same thing that you have wanted to accomplish for maybe the past 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and even more. And do something different this time. Believe, see yourself doing it. See yourself driving that car. Believe in yourself driving that car. Once you believe it, no one can take it from you. The unconscious works with what you believe. And maybe, okay, you want to buy that car and you really believe it and you really see yourself driving that car. It starts working in the back of your mind where you start doing things you're not even realizing that you're doing it. You're not realizing the changes that you're making in your life. But because you believe in it so much, you start changing the road that you was on before. You start changing your behavior pattern. You start getting more aggressive in life towards what you want. And before you know it, you're purchasing that car. And it sounds easier when I say it, but believe me, it starts just like that. I bought my car when I was about 22. I think 22 was when I bought my car. And I remember as a child, no one could have told me I wouldn't have driven a car or owned a car. I believed that from I was a teenager, that I was going to get a nice job, buy a car, and I did all of that. Before I came to the UK, I was in Jamaica and I got my job. I got a promotion. I was a supervisor in a nice company and I bought my car. And no, I didn't accomplish everything that I want to. That was just the start of my journey. But I say this to say, nothing is impossible. When I was a teenager and when I was leaving high school, I didn't know how the hell I would have even been able to buy myself a car. But I believed that I could. I believed it. And I worked. And I worked towards it. And it came to pass. And because of that, I had so much confidence in myself that I could do just about anything else. It doesn't happen overnight, but I can tell you, it starts with just a leap of faith. Just believe in yourself. Don't just tell yourself that you're going to get that job or you're going to start a business. If you've got, say, for instance, you want to own a store. How about, if it's a clothes store, how about buying 2 shirts? Buy 2 shirts and start to sell 2 shirts per week. Right? Come out of your house, even on the weekends, if you have an hectic job, buy 2 shirts out of your salary, come out of your house, walk to persons' houses, get those 2 shirts, sell. Make your profit and you buy 3 shirts the next time. Believe me, it sounds long, but before you know it, maybe you can buy a little car, start selling out the back of your car. And then after that, before you know it, you've got a building. It's all about what you believe. And if you believe that you can do it, nothing else is important. The sky's the limit. And believe me, I'm not just spitting nice words for you. I'm telling you the possibilities of just believing in yourself. If you don't see it, nobody else can. You have to believe in it. No matter how somebody is beside you, encouraging you, telling you that you can do this, until you see it, until you believe in it, until you get up and tell yourself that I'm not going to sit down and tell myself I can't do it anymore. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, maybe it's leaving that baby father, leaving that boyfriend, getting your own independence. Maybe you're living a life that is really unhappy, is really miserable, a life that you need to get away from because it's holding you down personally as a person, and it's taking away from you. It's taking away your self-esteem. It's taking away everything that you are. You can't even see yourself when you look in the mirror anymore. And maybe you want to get away from that. But staying home every day and telling yourself that you can't get a job, staying home every day and telling yourself that you need this person and that you can't leave, it's not going to help. And I know it's difficult, and I know it might sound like I'm just a person speaking words on the internet, and it means absolutely nothing to what you're going through. But trust me, I can tell you because I've been there and I've done that. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. But you have to see yourself leaving. Whatever circumstances that you're in, you have to see yourself leaving. You have to see yourself getting into that new situation. You have to see yourself accomplishing your goal. Even when you're miles and miles away, it's like you're running 100 meter or 200 meter and you can see the finish line and see you passing it before anyone else, before the race even starts. You might not necessarily win, but believe me, the motivation that gives to you, you will at least probably be in the top 5. And I'm just saying, and as time goes by, you get to the top 3, who knows? The next time you might just win. It begins with just belief. The mind is so powerful. The mind is so powerful, so important. It's unbelievable what just the right thoughts in the mind can do. It's unbelievable what we can achieve with our minds. And that is what I want you to do for your New Year resolution this year. Don't just tell yourself. Tell yourself whatever it is that you want to accomplish. And believe it. See it. Call it done. See it happening. And get up. Don't say, I'm going to leave it for next week. Get up tomorrow. And make the move. Well, not tomorrow, as tomorrow is holiday. But get up. At the very first opportunity. And do something that puts towards that goal. If you don't have money and you want to start a business, borrow it. Sometimes it just takes, okay, then you want to have a shop. Go buy a bag of juice. Get $100 from someone. Buy a bag of juice. Sometimes pride isn't everything. There's a time and place for everything. And it's not every time that we need to let our pride overshadow us. Sometimes we have to put our pride down to get where we want to go. It might not be the job that you want to do, but you need to do that job to get to the job that you actually want. Sometimes it's not the situation that you necessarily want to go into, but you have to deal with that situation in order to get to where you want to go. Too many times we sit down and we tell ourselves that we're not good enough and we can't achieve something. If you're a footballer, you love football, hey, What does Messi or Ronaldinho or any of them stars, you know it. I don't really follow up the football issue, but you know them. What do they really have that you don't? The fact that they're well known, the fact that they're now well known, I should say, the fact that they're now earning all the money that they are, the fact that they're now as exposed. Before all of the glim and the glam, they were just like you. Just a person with a talent. Just a person that wanted to play football. What did they do that made them into who they are today? They believed they could do it. And they went for it. You know, sometimes we see people among us and we tell ourselves that we would love to have the life that they have. But really and truly, the life that they now have, if you were to walk the road that they walked to get to the life that they have today, you wouldn't do it. Some of us wouldn't dare, because we want to achieve so much, but we are so afraid to make the journey. We're so afraid to take on whatever it may comes. Put fear aside. God didn't give us the spirit of fear. The only person that we are supposed to fear is God himself. Put fear aside. That negative mind frame that you think, oh, I can't, oh, I'm not good enough. Get that out of your head. This is 2020. Don't let another year pass you by. Don't let this 2020 year ends and leave you in the same way that it started. If it's even just to move an inch, it's baby steps, one day at a time, and that's good enough. Just believe in yourself, and you will see how much you can accomplish with just that. Now, I can't promise you or tell you that, oh, all you have to do is believe, and when you open your eyes, it takes work. It takes plan. There's nothing without a plan. You have to, how do you see yourself doing what you want to do? You sit down and you plan it. And sometimes when you make a plan, it doesn't seem that hard as we were thinking before. Get a little book. Write down your plans in it. And take it step by step. I could promise you, do not yet let this year 2020 just be another year of New Year's resolution. This is the year that you're taking your destiny in your own hands. Just between you and God. This is the year that whatever it is that has been holding you back, you're going to get rid of it. And you're going to get rid of it by getting up and doing what you need to do. If you need to get advice, go out and get advice. If it's your marriage that's giving you problems, it's either it's going to change or you're going to get rid of it. Now, I'm not a fan of divorce, and I believe strictly that it can be solved, but it takes two persons, not one. So if you need to separate to achieve the life or the happiness that you need to, then so be it. But don't be afraid of change. Get up out of your bed. Stop shedding the tears. Leave it for the time that you really need it, because you will need those tears. Shedding tears ain't going to change your life. Shedding tears is not going to do anything but run up your blood pressure and make you ill. We all have to cry sometime. But there comes a point you have to wipe those tears and to change your own reality. Because only you can do that. Your friend can't do it for you. Not even the counselor, the pastor. When it all is said and done, it is just you and your situation. No one else. You have to want to change it. You have to want to achieve it. And you can. But you have to prepare and plan to do what it takes. Don't make no sense you plan to be a robber or a killer. It's not going to help. It's only temporary. Do something that is worthwhile. Believe that you're better than that. And believe me, that's all you need. I will leave you with that today, and I will also leave you with just a little saying. They say great minds think alike, and I can tell you today, they don't. Great minds absolutely don't think alike. Because we're all different people, and we're all great in our own unique way. Don't look at someone else's life and judge your life based on that. Their life is their life. You've got your own life, and you need to steer it. Don't get distracted looking at someone else's life. That's for them. Keep focus on your life. We're all great and valuable. Never see yourself less because you don't have as much money as the person that's beside you. Or you don't have a big car. That person is driving and you're taking the bus. That person is your manager and you're just the worker. So you're going to take all sort of talk down and liberty. You deserve respect. And we ought to stand for it. So I will tell you again, great minds do not think alike. If there's 10 scientists in this room, trust me, they're all not thinking the same thing. We're all different individuals. And we have to think about what works for us. So, I once more wish you all a happy new year. Welcome 2020. Yet another year. Another birthday for everyone. Have a good, happy, and a blessed night. Please, guys, stay safe. Be careful on the road. Don't overdo it. Because we've got a long journey for 2020. And I will see you on this journey. Be blessed. Adios.